I'm not looking at any PD array to go short. My focus is the buy side and running on traders who are trying to predict highs in all-time high conditions. So anybody looking to short in this, stop loss, where you're putting your stop, you're forced to put your stop in close proximity to all of this here, which is probably not the best idea. Me personally, I don't want to see those highs stay intact before the open. I like to see us run that out in the next, what do we have, 18 minutes or so. This candle open, trade down. These 3 down close candles here, that's one bullish order block. And you also have a breaker, low, high, lower low, and there's your buy side. This is why I don't short all-time highs. So I wanted to see buy side tag before 9:30. We tag it right at 9:30. That's not bad for precision. A lot of times what will happen is we'll have a really trending day like we're seeing today, and then we get to 10:50, 11:10. You'll see like a short-term low taken out or a short-term low taken out here, and then you'll see a continuation higher. So 10:50 is this candle here. We drop down, taking out this short-term low. I want to see if NASDAQ wants to continue higher, making a new all-time high. We've already done what I like to see during the London close macro. We talked about a lot of times on really trending days, NASDAQ would do just this. We'll form a short-term low, work higher, come back down. We'll sweep that low, and then you'll see a continuation. It's a classic signature during this 20-minute window, staying still in the upper half of the breaker, which is nice. So the only thing I'm looking for is, can we get a closure past consequent encroachment of the CIBI? And is there a volume imbalance there? There's a small little volume imbalance right there. So I'm watching consequent encroachment. I want to see, do we get a closure above that? Do we get a closure above the high? Next candle open, trade down, use that support, and then run on the buy stops here. A fair value gap. I'm not going to highlight it. I already have enough on my chart, but I'm expecting that to take us higher above the inversion fair value gap. That's what I would like to see. I'm just looking at buy, not signals, but buy, how I say, any discount PD arrays that can be used to send price higher. Those are the only things I'm focusing on. I'm not really looking for anything to take us lower, simply given the fact that we're trading near all-time highs. Any other day, London close macro, I'll be looking at this CIBI as resistance. I'll be wanting to see us get beneath the breaker. I want to see speed underneath lows, but because we're in all-time high territory, to prevent myself from trying to predict tops, I'm just focusing mainly on fair value gaps, bullish fair value gaps, order blocks, bullish breakers, things of that sort. But any other day where we're not trading at all-time highs, I'll be expecting a run towards sell side during this London close macro. Christmas shopping spree, use that $3. I might have to send that $3.27 again. I got you on. Actually, nah, I can't do that. It's Christmas season for me too. I'm sorry. It's everybody for themselves. December is an expensive month for me. It's Christmas, and my girl's birthday is on December 28th. So her birthday is 3 days after Christmas. You on your own, Unc. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it for you. Yeah, losses don't mean anything, man. I'm sorry, Tim. Hey, you know how it is around the holidays. Mama needs something, your girl needs something, your lady got to get gifts for your dad, whatever. And then her birthday 3 days after that. So your $3.27 is gonna have to come another day. It's coming though, but it's not today. Nasdaq trading to the high of the breaker again. all of this price action is fine. We're staying in the upper half. All of that is a bullish signature. Okay, if you're bullish, you don't want to see the lower half, a discount PD raise traded to. Clearing out the buy stops. I like the speed above that high. And my thought process is, okay, so right there, we closed above constant encroachment of the inversion fair value gap. These 3 down close candles, that's one bullish order block. Trade down, hit it, and we also traded down to constant encroachment of the CIBI. I want to see higher prices from here towards the buy side, all-time highs. Anybody who was trying to short where they're putting their stop losses at the all-time high, I want to see us run against them. The order block from the opening price all the way to the high is what I'm watching to be used as support. And let's do that. I want to see if we can stay in the upper half of the inversion fair value gap. All right, we formed a fair value gap here. I'm treating that as a breakaway gap. If we trade down into it, I want us to stay in the upper half, but it's even better if we leave this entire fair value gap open and simply use the order block and then consequent encroachment of the inversion fair value gap as support to take us higher. It's even better if we don't trade into this fair value gap. I don't want to see that. That's a partial, the rejection block. That is liquidity. Whenever you have a long wick like this, but where are the bodies? The bodies are relatively in the same spot, all right here. This candle's body, that candle's body, this candle's body, this one. Okay, the highest closing price in this swing high is a rejection block. That is liquidity. Yes, you have this wick, but the bulk of the volume lies in the bodies of the candles. So right here, that's liquidity as well. It's a rejection block. I still favor the high being taken out, but that right there is a partial for anybody long. That's how I would take partials. So stabbing into the fair value gap, tapping the opening price of the order block. I want the lower half. Excuse me. Ideally, I want the lower half to stay open, but you should already be partialed out at that closing price of the up close candle. If this price action was present on one of your trading days, at what point in time would you close your laptop? I'm usually done by like 11 for the most part, but this is a day where if I go long, it would have to be half risk, or I'm just doing nothing. The closing price, the rejection block is the highest closing price in this swing high, which is this candle here. This up close candle, yes. Let's get a little tighter. Fair value gap. I'm going to take the order block off just for a second. Inversion fair value gap and its consequent encroachment. We say we want to see that be used as support. Look at the bodies. That looks like support to me. Let's clear that off just for a second. This fair value gap, I said I want to see the lower half stay open. If we do trade into it, okay, the lower half needs to stay open. It's even better if we don't trade to it, but we hit the rejection block. So that's a normal retracement down to a discount PDRA. Tap consequent encroachment, leaving the lower half open. That's a bullish signature. That's what you like to see. And there's your all-time highs. So anybody who tried to go short in this fair value gap, they get steamrolled again. So we're not looking to short all-time highs. Let NASDAQ do its retracement. We talked about the London close macro. A lot of times you'll see a short-term low taken out before a continuation. staying in the upper half of the breaker. That's bullish. Come back down, fair value gap, order block, trade up. Talked about the order block, the opening price of these series of 3 down close candles, the opening price all the way to the high. Okay, that is your most sensitive price point for order block. So if we put that back on, beautiful, wicking down into the fair value gap, that's fine. And then of course you had the inversion fair value gap, which I did not want to see be used as resistance. It was labeled as an inversion level, okay, the entire time, because I'm expecting us to get back above it. Use this constant encroachment as support. New record highs for NASDAQ. This was a fun stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Join the Discord if you're not in there already. Okay, I'm live trading tomorrow only for the Discord. I'm trading throughout the entire year. I was going to be done last week, but the price action has been really clean as of late. So I'm back live trading. Link pinned in the top of the chat room to join. It's also pinned in the top of the live stream, and it's also in my profile. It's in the top of the description of every video I post. So if you found this one insightful, if you learned a little bit of something, please like the live, share it, save it, do whatever you want. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. We'll do a quick little recap before we get off of here for those who didn't tune in from the beginning. But 8:30, okay, we highlighted the quadruple top for those who tuned in from the beginning. Okay, I didn't care about this fair value gap. We weren't looking for anything going lower. We do not short at all-time highs. We said this buy side was too clean. Preferably, I would have liked to see that get cleaned out before 9:30. The buy side was taken out at exactly 9:30. That's not bad. First presented fair value gap. Okay, I said I'm looking for sell side in our opening range gap. Should we get beneath the first presented fair value gap? That's what I'm looking for to be confident in looking for lower prices. We did not get beneath it. Instead, we use it as support. No big deal. Trade up. NASDAQ continues to make higher highs. Okay, I said this breaker, I'm watching to see if we stay in the lower half of it. We did not. We talked about this fair value gap. If NASDAQ is truly bearish, this fair value gap should not be traded to. We'll completely overlap it. So that's telling us what is still bullish. Unwilling to trade down to the first presented fair value gap. That's showing signs of strength. It can't even get down there. Rallies, 3 down close candles. Candle opens here, trades down, hits it. It's also a breaker. We highlighted this breaker here. You have your low, high, lower low. Last beefiest up close candle in between your two lows. Look at the bodies here with the fair value gap staying in the upper half here. London closed macro. It's reasonable to see what a short-term low taken out before continuation. We talked about that before 1050 even arrived. Inversion fair value gap. Okay, when price was trading into it, it was already labeled as an inversion level. Slap on consequent encroachment. 3 down close candles is a bullish order block. What's the most sensitive price for order block? The opening price all the way to the high. Body staying inside of it, but more specifically, respecting consequent encroachment of the inversion fair value gap. Shutting down into this BISI. Man, this stuff is gold, I'm telling you. Trading down into this BISI, hitting consequent encroachment beautifully. I said it's better if we leave this fair value gap open, but if we trade down into it, we must leave the lower half open. If it's bullish, we get just that. Hello. And the NASDAQ runs over the people trying to short all-time highs and makes new record highs. Love y'all, man. This is fun. Join the Discord if you're not in there already. Hope to see you inside. Back live trading, pressing buttons. Yes, you'll see all of my executions real time. Yes, I lose, I win. I go on losing streaks, I go on winning streaks. The purpose of the live streams is not to pass your combine or whatnot. It's to learn how to read price so that way you can eventually go out and do it on your own. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I had a lot of fun here. Discord members, we're back to business per usual tomorrow at 9:30. Love y'all. Be safe. Peace.